Yes, as part of the whole Antonio Brown thing, before that happened, that can't release today. Demaryius Thomas got traded for a 6th-round pick, brother, to the Jets. Of all teams, the Jets. Why? I feel like I heard this from a good Jets friend today. We think that Bill Belichick is mad at Robert Kraft, so he's just making all these bad decisions right now, just personally, so he can waste Kraft's money.
I don't know. I mean, it's not damaging to the Patriots at all. At least they get a salvage pick for Demaryius Thomas, who doesn't really have a role on this offense anymore. Now that
But you send him to the Jets, and then now they have Anderson, you have Anua, Crowder, and now you have Demaryius Thomas. And you have a well-rounded wide receiver group.
Twice now, and he's not a scrub, man.
I don't know. I think he is at this point, though. I think he's washed up. I think he's a shell of his old self.
How dare you, sir?
I'm sorry. He's going to get banged up. He doesn't offer you any type of real upside. I mean, maybe it's insurance for Robbie Anderson with him being a little nicked up, but that's all I can see.
Shots fired. You told me that I wasn't going to make the playoffs, and I won my matchup. And I told you Cam Newton sucked, and you got your ass kicked this week. Shots fired.
I won my game by 30 points.
I wasn't talking to you there, buddy.
I just wanted to add in my opinion, guys.
You were on the same boat as me. You should be on my side of this. He told you your team sucked, too.
You don't put baby in a corner.
Both your teams suck, but it's okay. You won week 1, and now...
You confident SOB.
You got over a big hump, Jay. I mean, you got a big performance out of Pat Mahomes, and Tyler Williams came in huge for you. I mean, who knew?
Antonio Brown, who?
I told you when Antonio left, he was instantly wide receiver 1.
He stepped in and he looked the part, man. He's a big guy with wheels, and I always thought he was just a vertical threat, but he showed he can do the underneath stuff and be the number 1 receiver this team needs. I mean, they played with a real chip on their shoulder, and if that continues through the season, who knows what Gruden can pull off, beating, what some might call a mediocre Broncos team, but I know people are building up that Vic Fangio defense with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb coming on the outside.
No sacks last night.
No sack. Carr was looking sharp. And how about Josh Jacobs, guys?
Well, hey, I had a feeling he was going to do well. Bama backs usually come in, do well, and bust, and he's come in and did well.
Looking good as a rookie. Looking good as one of the favorites to win Rookie of the Year, along with Kyler Murray, who we can talk about that. We can talk about that Detroit game later if you guys want to. But wow.
Oh, I will definitely dig in on that game.
So both those rookies looking good, but yeah, as far as the fantasy league goes, Jay, I see you got Tyreek Hill on the bench. What's your plan there going forward? Deshaun Jackson?
I'm not telling you because my waiver claims haven't been approved yet. If they get approved, you'll see what my freaking plan is.
He's the league manager. He sees all the waiver claims.
Well, no, then you should already know my freaking plan there, pal.
No. That is... See, don't you go spread your eyes. I don't see any of the waiver claims. No, it's looking good. As far as Aaron Jones goes, I mean, I know you're looking for a much better week from him against Minnesota this week. And James White, I guess it kind of all depends on this Antonio Brown stuff because his stock goes way down if Brown's on his field. But if he's not, goes back to the same comfortable role as the underneath guy, getting a lot of catches. Valdez-Scantling's your wild card. Kittle had a nice floor. That's a down game for him, and he had 8 catches. So can expect better days ahead for Kittle. All right, no problem. Let's make the transition to Geronimo's tribe, huh?
Yeah, go ahead. Take a look at my beautiful roster. I actually just made a change-up a little bit. And while you were talking to Jay, I had to switch up a running back.
Well, I mean, not only did your starting lineup do pretty stellar for you, aside from Sony Michel and Mike Evans, who just disappointed a lot of people
Bob,
this week. But
I couldn't believe Evans did that bad.
yeah, that was definitely a down week. I don't think that's going to happen again all season. But talk about a bench filled with points, D. Amari Cooper, 20.6. Devin Singletary, 12.3. Sutton, 16. Delaney Walker, 20. John Brown.
I got bench points for days, man.
Terry McLaurin with 25 points. I mean, good Lord, your bench would have beaten most starters throughout this week. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe in the long run, your team is a lot better than I thought. Sutton performed well. My sleeper picks from the start, John Brown, came through for you. But even flyer picks like Chark and McLaurin looking really good. So I don't know. Geronimo's Tribe might be a real tough squad to deal with. I mean, obviously DeAndre Hopkins did his thing. And how about Derrick Henry coming through?
I didn't know he was a receiver.
He's not only is he a receiver, but he took the Harry Potter invisible cloak, threw it on, and ran 77 yards down the sideline with all the Browns looking around like they didn't know what happened.
How do you miss a guy that big? And he's running like Forrest Gump down the sidelines. I swear, you didn't see a Brown in 5 yards, and I'm like, what? He's not that fast, guys. You can catch him. I think they were scared of him because how big he is.
It was unbelievable. I was very proud of the Titans with all the things going on in Tennessee these days. I mean, you can't really be rooting for the Volunteers right now, so at least the Titans are something to root for. But now, listen, as far as your quarterback goes, I mean, if he has Antonio Brown on his team, Tom Brady goes from 0 to hero in your fantasy league this year. I mean, it was already enticing with Josh Gordon in the mix.
You already have Dorsett, Gordon, and Edelman. I love it.
Exactly. And now, in my opinion, this acquisition was all about beating Kansas City, right? At the end of the day,
yeah,
they need the firepower to get to the AFC Championship game again and beat Kansas City. So taking on Antonio Brown, I think that's what this move is all about. It's a very calculated move by Belichick, knowing they need all hands on deck against Sammy Watkins and the boys out there.
Well, Robert Kraft has a good lawyer, so maybe Antonio can play.
I don't know.
I had to say it, man.
These things are weird, man, right? I mean, I thought Tyreek Hill was going to be suspended. He wasn't. And then just the way different situations play out is it gets interesting in the NFL, man. But
I mean, there's just damning evidence now. That's what I don't get, Dillon. I hate to get back on it, but there's just damning evidence now that's been released by the district attorney who filed this lawsuit on the federal level at that. And A&B is going to need every lawyer OJ had, Robert Kraft. You're going to need some good lawyers out there because it doesn't look like he's getting out of this one. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, the last I knew on Twitter, OJ and AB, I mean, he was trying to reach out to him, so who knows at this point.
Oh, Jesus, here we go. I mean, that lawyer's dead. It's not like they can just dig him up and put him at the stand. So what did you think of what'd you think of me switching Devin Singletary in just now for Sony Michel? I know Michel's playing in Miami, but Michel did not get a lot of carries.
Okay, well, this is what's interesting about me giving you advice on this particular week. You know what I'm going to say.
Are we playing each other? I didn't even know.
We are.
Oh, my God.
So I'm going to tell you to not only bench Devin Singletary, I think DeAndre Hopkins is going to have a terrible week. Just take out Evans. He's on a short week. Evan Ingram's going to, just maybe bench everyone. Hit the waivers.
Ooh, Mike Evans is playing Carolina. Rebound game.
And you've got Brady against Miami.
Yeah, I know. And players are asking for trades after the game.
Somehow, some way, I'm projected.
Your Eagles defense let me down, brother.
Yeah, they let me down too. I mean, Washington came in, and Case Keenum said, "This is my job, Dwayne Haskins. You're going to have to take it from my cold, dead hands."
Well, Terry McLaurin kind of helped him with that on a couple long, deep passes. Man, Keenum looked great in the first half, came out in the second half, and I'm like, oh, look, it's Keenum from Denver last year. He decided to show up.
Well, as I scrolled through the Twitter feed and my many glorious Eagles fans were posting different videos and such, it was very apparent to me that Philly was biting on play action early on, which are setting up those deep passes. And I can imagine that halftime adjustments were made, the cushion was given, and those plays were taken away, unlike the defense for Washington, who decided to let Deshaun Jackson run freely up the field as he pleased.
You mean Josh Norman 2 times?
I mean, it blows me away, that Deshaun scores a single touchdown in the league anymore. Like, when I
32 years old.
I'm backing up and I'm backing up until the play is over. He's not getting behind me. I'm covering Deshaun Jackson. Yet time and time again, there he goes for another 40, 50-yard bomb. And it's just unreal the way he can track the ball.
They said his old legs was still turning at like 22, 23 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, he's going to have a role in the NFL as long as he keeps this speed for the next couple of years. I mean, people talk about Tom Brady, but, I mean, keep your eyes on Deshaun Jackson, the way he's still producing in this league.
Well,
it's unreal.
All I see, when I see an interview for, like, Deshaun Jackson whenever he goes to a team, and they're like, hey, Deshaun, do you think you still got it? And he goes, 0 route. Like, I feel like that's all he needs to say.
So listen, after what we saw Austin Eckler do to Indianapolis last week, how are you feeling about Derrick Henry at home against the Colts?
I feel like there's a freight train coming. Oh, yeah, he's still in my lineup. Yeah, Austin Eckler, I mean, he had a field day, and he closed the game out with a rushing touchdown.
Is there ever an occasion, such as this week, with DeAndre Hopkins playing Jalen Ramsey, do you think you'll ever bench DeAndre Hopkins, barring injury this
No,
season?
He had an off week against the Saints last night, and he still put up, what was it, 25 points I had? 28 points, and he had a bad game.
Against
he had like 3 or 4 drops.
We all know is no slouch.
No, he's a top 5 corner in the league. He's an upcoming corner that has solidified himself since his rookie year. And Jalen Ramsey has gotten burnt and manhandled by DeAndre Hopkins in the past. So I have no doubt of playing Hopkins the whole season.
I mean, when you watch that first touchdown he scored last night, the ball snap, DeAndre just kind of stands there for a second. He hesitates. He stares Lattimore in the eyes, and I can only imagine the feeling of like Marcus Lattimore, like, which way is this guy going to go? How do I defend it? Boom, 2 seconds later.
All right, blah, 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 blah.
What
I miss? I'm back.
We talked about Antonio Brown again, Dad.
Well, that's great. Well, I didn't have to hear it, so I don't give a shit what you talked about him.
Oh, man. We might have a new sponsorship. Maybe even we lost the sponsorship with all the Antonio Brown talk we did while you were gone.
That's great. Wonderful. What I don't know can't kill me. I'll listen to it back. If I don't like it, I'll cut your asses out. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, back to... I had to go, like, check on the kids and let the dogs out. The old lady's in bed already, so, you know, she's grumpy when she's sleepy. I had to run around the house and clean every...
So why would you poke a sleeping bear?
I didn't. She was calling me endlessly because the dogs woke her up pacing around the house being bastards.
Oh, gee. Don't talk about your family members that way.
My dogs. Like, they have feelings, like they're upstairs listening to me podcasting right now going...
They do. Hey, speaking of which, Dillon's cat has made it safely back to the Busby residence. Woo!
Shout out to Onyx. Yes, he is back after a full week.
Anyway, before I had to get running, what were you trying to ask me, Dillon?
I was going to ask what you thought about last night's doubleheader, man. These Monday night games.
Oh, I didn't mind it at all, and I liked the fact that I had Tyrell Williams and I played him and he came through big for me. But, you know, well, let's see here. What time is it, guys?
It's 11:01.
It's 11 p.m.
Okay, well, we're close enough where I don't think most